Hey Danny, how are you?
I am a-okay today. I'm a-okay. I got a little rest last night,
Ooh.
breakfast, like these little things they just really start to matter way more than they should.
I love that for you. You got the rest and the breakfast for the both of us because I have had neither. So I'm going to tap into yours.
Oh, well, let's just jump right on in so that we can hopefully get you some breakfast and,
And
and
some
some
rest.
and some rest. So, the quote of the week is to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. And that
Yeah.
is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I love that quote. I don't know if I think it's the greatest accomplishment. However, I do think I'm just going to disagree with the great Ralph Waldo Emerson. I sure am. Um, but I do think that it is really important. Like if you can tap into, and I think that those quotes that talk about being yourself they should insert it with being the best version of yourself, because
Yes.
the version that we are sometimes isn't the version that we should strive to stay at. So I
Mhm.
would like to vote to replace all things about being yourself with being the highest version, the most evolved version, the best
Mhm.
version, the happiest version of yourself, because we do need to sometimes be honest with where we are, not necessarily being the best place for us.
Mm. I really, really like that. Primarily because it's really easy to say, well, oh, this is just who I am, and that's just what it is. And it's
Right.
like, and you can also be better. You
And
can
you
be
suck. And you suck, right? Like that's that's the thing. I always say that. I'm just like, but what if who you are sucks? You know, sometimes, sometimes who you are right now. But it's always with the caveat that there is potential and space and room and opportunity to be better and to be more. It's
Absolutely.
not a sentencing, it's an opportunity for growth.
Absolutely. I am a firm believer that as long as you are still alive, you are still breathing, you can change, you can right this ship, you can turn around. You do not have to hit the iceberg. You can see it and say, if I continue in this way, there is an iceberg called, I don't know, getting fired, getting dumped, um,
Losing
losing your
everything.
money. Yeah, losing your money, losing everything, your friends deciding that they can no longer maintain closeness with you. Those are all icebergs. And you can decide that you're not going to hit them by saying, who I once was does not work. I used to be a liar. I used to be a person who, did not manage money well. I used to be a mean mommy. Like whatever your things are that you feel used to be, I used to not manage time well, whatever those things are, name them,
Yeah.
right? Once you name them, then you're able, okay, this is who I used to be. This is who I'm going to decide I will be. It simply takes making a decision. And I know it can seem as though, oh, well, that's easier said than done. You're right. It is easier said than done, which is why it takes a commitment to now who you're going to be. Robert Brace said it really, really well. We make commitments to everything else. Why not make a commitment to becoming your greatest self, the best version of who you are? So, yeah, love that quote. Love it, love it, love it. And now on to the Dating Well AF tip of the week. Now, this one is one that I have been working on myself for such a long time, but it's finding joy and acceptance in exactly who you are. I know that's a tough one, especially if you've been having trouble with dating or guys ghost you a lot or you're not meeting people who you actually like. Finding joy in who you are and accepting who that person is challenging. Wait, isn't working. And I want you to remember this: there is a butter for every bread. You simply have to find your tribe. That's it. That's it. Find your tribe. And while you are finding your tribe, so that you keep your energy up, so that you're going out into the world with the best intentions, you're going to make sure you do these things. First, identify and write down 10 things that you have wanted to try, but you just never got around to. I mean, all the things, whether it's a solo trip or a massage or trying a new restaurant or a new recipe. Write down 10 things. They could be big, small, medium, it doesn't matter. They are specific to you. And then I want you once a week or even once every other week for the next 2 months to try those things. Whether it's going out to take yourself on a date, whatever it is, I want you to start trying those things so that you can start tapping into the joy of what it feels like to connect with a partner that you like, so that you can go out and start to explore the pieces and parts of yourself that you only discover while you're in motion or in action. I want you to try it. And then I want y'all to let us know how it goes for you. Okay? We want to hear it.
Yes. And to round it out, we have the Black women were just dominating at the Emmys. Like, I am just so happy. We have Quinta Brunson, who's the first Black woman to win Best Comedic Actress for Abbott Elementary in 4 decades. The first Black woman was Isabel Sanford for The Jeffersons in 1981. Then we have Niecy Nash winning for Best Supporting Actress for her role in the movie about Jeffrey Dahmer. What was that? The show about Jeffrey? Remember, she was the woman
on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah, and she was like the woman who was like seeing everything and nobody believed her. She gave an incredible speech, and my favorite part of her speech was thanking her damn self, okay, because she said that she knows the hard work and everything that she put into it, and all the no's and all the rejection, and there is nothing wrong. Yeah, with just thanking yourself and patting yourself on the back because of all the things that you had to go through, because it's easy for people to judge you and look at you and be like, oh, she must have did this to get that, or oh, she must think she's all that, but they don't see the hard work and the tears and the frustration and the depression that comes into really trying to chase your dream. We have Ayo, and I hope I'm saying her name right, so forgive me if I'm not, but Ayo Edebiri. She's the actress from the comedic series The Bear, which I recently started watching and I love it. She won for Best Supporting Actress. So, I mean, it was so nice to see Black women winning in comedy, especially because I've never met a Black woman who's not kind of funny. So it's so nice to see us winning in those spaces as opposed to the drama and the crying and the anger and the, like those kind of like heavier roles. It's nice to see us, and Quinta Brunson is a comedic writer. Like this is like she's the boss of Abbott Elementary, So it's nice to see us winning in comedic spaces and winning for artistry and winning for beautiful things. I feel like in the past when women have won some of these awards, especially Black women, it's for playing such heavy roles, whether it's slaves or being overly sexual. It's nice to see this, this is another way to win, and that's awesome.
Yeah. And I actually have met some Black women who are not funny. No disrespect, y'all.
Really? I feel like most Black women, I know once you get to know them, like y'all gonna have a little kiki. No, that's my experience.
I've met some dull ones, but that's okay. Listen, everybody gets to be who they are. That's what this is all about. Okay. And in this episode, we
are funny. I disagree with that. I met some. What does Samaya call them again? I always forget, but it's the best.
She calls dull people dud muffins. Like
dud muffin. Like, what is a better name for a dull person than a dud muffin? Like, it sounds exactly like what you mean. Like, she's a dud muffin, and even if you don't know what that is, you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Like there's nothing. You're just there. You just exist. Yeah. I mean, and again, there's nothing wrong with you just existing. Just like in this conversation, we are about to tap into how to figure out and get to know exactly who you are, learn how your brain works. Y'all are going to enjoy this. I got my whole life. Listen, I already know. I'm going to learn so much about myself, and it's going to be a great episode. Tap on in. We will see you over there.